with the FIFA Player of the Year award, which went to Luka Modric, beating out Cristiano Ronaldo and Mohamed Salah. Shaka.
Yeah.
Is he the deserved recipient of this award?
I believe so. When you look at Luka Modric's body of work over the last 12 months, the Champions League, getting to the World Cup final, yes. And ordinarily, and we've seen this over the last decade or so, where it's gone to, well, between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, almost based on goals. I think it's refreshing to see somebody like Luka Modric, who maybe doesn't have the numbers, but has the performance and has the metrics. And I have absolutely no problem with this award.
You looking at me?
Yeah.
To wonder if I have a problem with this?
No, I wonder if you have an opinion on this.
I have no problem whatsoever. I think Luka Modric is actually very deserving of this. And of the finalists that were available, let's not forget that Lionel Messi is not one of the finalists, and let's not get into that conversation. But Luka Modric achieved some of the same things that Ronaldo achieved with Real Madrid. And yet you find that Luka Modric, the tiebreaker, is his performance and the performance of Croatia in the World Cup. I think that puts him over the top. Luka Modric, a deserving winner.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it because he is a fabulous player. Whatever Tottenham got from him, I can't remember, but it's certainly not enough now when you see what he's gone on to. But the only thing I would say is that, and I've sort of argued against myself the last time we were talking about this, saying it's not all about numbers. And Modric does a lot of great stuff that don't turn up in stat sheets. However, when you look at 55 games and 54 goals for Ronaldo.
Do you think if Ronaldo was a bit like Salah in that this was the first season that he'd done that, put in those sort of numbers,
100%,
and then he would be the one? It's just that we're just already kind of taking it for granted, like Messi. Really.
Yeah, I think there is an element of whoever was voting for these things and the different people that were voting.
Shall I explain it?
Yeah.
25% of the vote is fans. The 75% is then made up of coaches, players and journalists.
Right, so I get the feeling that there was almost a boredom of giving it to the two best players of their generation, by far. And I think there's almost like an acceleration of trying to give it to somebody else. As good as Modric has been, when you look at Ronaldo's numbers there, including the goals in the Champions League, I think he could be disappointed.
And it's a travesty that Messi's not there, really.
Well, of course it's a travesty. And I think we've established that.
But I think he'll sleep okay.
Oh, he'd be just fine. Don't worry about that. No,
neither he, though, or Ronaldo went to the ceremony, Shaka. What do you have to say about that?
Controversy.
They didn't show up. Why is that a controversy?
Well, it's not bad sportsmanship. Ronaldo's shortlisted for the three.
At least
he'd have been there if he was going to win it.
Well, you never know. Maybe the private plane was all booked up this weekend.
Oh, shut it. So don't give me that.
Well, I'm just saying. Look, again, I think a lot was made, and maybe rightly so, given Ronaldo's own comments when he didn't show up previously. This time around, if you know you're not coming, you get that message across early enough.
It's almost like FIFA don't want to embarrass those players by having them there, and they know how much it means. Well, they know how successful they've been,
right?
And they don't want them sitting there almost.
But it takes a drama away, because if Ronaldo's not there, you know he's not winning. And if Salah's not going to win, then okay, well, who we got left? Modric, come on down.
I have to admit, Ali, there ain't a lot of drama for me whether Messi or Ronaldo's there in the first place. I ain't getting anything for FIFA today. FIFA's absolutely getting it today. I can tell you that for nothing.
Mark, you thought Antoine Griezmann should have won it?
Huh? No, I thought he should have been on the shortlist, but I mean, Mo Salah didn't even make the team, did he? So if Salah doesn't make the team, then he's clearly not going to win it. I do think Modric is the deserving winner, because for all Ronaldo's achievements, he didn't really do it in the World Cup this time, and I think Modric did. And I think in a World Cup year, you have to kind of go with a player who, raises his team or his nation to a different level. And Modric did that. He didn't win the World Cup in the end, but could he give it to Mbappe? Well, he didn't do enough for the club side in PSG. So I think Modric in a World Cup year has kind of covered all the bases more than anybody else. So I think he's a deserving winner. But yeah, Griezmann, I think he had a good year as well, but he didn't make the shortlist.
The FIFA Pro 11. You take a look at this, and it's interesting the fact that Dani Alves is your right back who missed much of the season throughout injury. They just write any old name.
Yeah, I'm convinced Dani Alves gets picked just to see what suit he's going to show up in next.
Well, he had wings on,
it was the oddest thing I'd seen at any award ceremony ever. As good as Dani Alves has been, he doesn't deserve to be in this team. David De Gea didn't even make the shortlist in terms of goalkeeper of the year, yet somehow he's in the player's best 11. It's just so many contradictions that I'm not quite sure where to start.
Well, listen,
take it for what it is.
Listen, is there credentials for winning this partly winning the World Cup? Because if so, you know...
There's no credentials.
Well, what I'm saying is, over the piece of a season, last season, was Kevin De Bruyne worse than N'Golo Kante, slightly different positions. Did Eden Hazard have a great 12 months?
No, he had a terrible time.
Right, Paul Pogba has had a lot of criticism and still getting it, but he did win the World Cup with France, so how the hell is Eden Hazard in before a midfielder?
There's no Salah there as well.
Who won the World Cup? No Man City players. Where the hell is one of the best right-backs in Europe at the moment, and Kyle Walker, who went to the World Cup, played a different position for England, and has been excellent, absolutely excellent for Man City for the last, 18 months or 2 years? He's not even there.
All you need to know about this awards is that Mohamed Salah was in the finalists. Top 3.
Yes.
He's supposed to be the guy, maybe even the best. And yet he's not in the list of players. That doesn't make sense.
Not a good performance, not a good result. A fair result. I think Wolves by the way they faced the game, I think they deserve, because they play like I like to play, which is like the World Cup final. You know, that's the attitude that I like my teams to have every match. And we didn't have that. They had, we didn't. The attitude made a difference. They were in the game since the first minute. They play every ball, every second in the maximum of their intensity, their desire, and we didn't. I am more disappointed today than I was against Tottenham, because against Tottenham obviously we lost the game, but I liked very, very much my team performance. And today, of course, we have a better result. 1 point is better than 0, but I didn't like my team.
Mark Ogden with us, which is tradition, really, it seems, on a Monday, after United once again failing to get a victory. Mark, what do you make of Mourinho's post-match comments there?
Well, I think he's got a point, but in a sense he's sounded like a bit of a broken record, because, you know, last season they lost at Brighton. He complained about the kind of the work ethic and the dedication of his team. They lost at Huddersfield, they lost at Newcastle, and the same problem was repeated again, albeit against a better team than those. But a promoted team, United lacked the kind of motivation or the organisation or the focus to beat these teams. Now, if Mourinho's identified it time and time again, why is he not correcting it? You know, I just wonder whether, I don't know, I mean, does he have the enthusiasm to do this anymore, the job at United? Because I'm not sure he does. You look at him, look at his demeanour. Does he believe that he can turn it around at United? Does he believe that he can make this team challenge Man City and Liverpool? He's not showing me that he believes that. And then you've got, you know, Wolves at the weekend, they had, you know, João Moutinho and Ruben Neves dominating midfield, 2 players that Mourinho knows very well because he knows the Portuguese game. If these players are capable of dominating at Old Trafford, why are United not looking at Moutinho? Why are they not looking at Neves, you know, before Wolves get them? The recruitment at United has been poor. We've got the problem with Pogba again. What does he do? He lost the ball in midfield. Does he do enough to justify the price tag, the spotlight? Mourinho, for me, just looks like he's got a lot of problems, but he's identifying them. But what is he doing to solve them? I don't know. You know, he sounds like the same message all the time, and he's not doing anything to correct it.
The one thing I've noticed is, I think there's a lot of key players at Man United at the moment, when a result goes badly, are quite keen and quick to hide behind that it's the tactics that Mourinho's employing why we're not playing at our best. I think that's an easy get-out for some of these players.
Well, you bring that up, and Paul Pogba epitomises that beautifully. After this result, he said, we are at home and we should play much better against Wolves. When we're at home, we should attack, attack, attack. That's Old Trafford. We are here to attack. I think teams are scared when they see Man United attacking. That was our mistake. It's interesting, Mark, because we saw Paul Pogba take to social media this morning saying, oh, the media, they just spin everything I say. Well, number one, I don't really know how you can misread what he's saying there. Basically, is that we need to change our tactics at home. And number two is, he keeps coming out. He keeps talking, doesn't he, Pogba?
Well, that's exactly it. He keeps talking. He's talking a good game, but he's not actually doing this on the pitch. He's doing it every now and again. But Pogba's talking like a leader off the pitch, but he's not playing like one on the pitch. So if he sees this in a game, you know, he's a World Cup winner, he's played in Champions League finals, show it, become the leader that Man United need. Be the man on the pitch that, you know, I'm not saying he's a Roy Keane or a Brian Robson, but this is the sort of player that United need right now. But Pogba's only doing it in a tunnel after the game speaking to journalists. Now, I think there's a bigger thing here with him and Mourinho, whereby they're both saying things in public. It's almost like they're playing to the gallery. There's a battle between the two of them in terms of who gets the kind of the fans on the side of the fans want Pogba in the team, or do they want Mourinho to stay? And from what I can gather, most of the fans are on Mourinho's side because they don't like the way that Pogba is kind of behaving and almost like being the leader off the pitch but not doing enough to justify it on it. I just think people want Pogba to, you know, maybe shut up a bit and do it on the pitch. And I mean, I've made a point in a piece I wrote today about Frank Lampard. He comes back tomorrow. Yeah. On Tuesday, faces Mourinho's team. Now, that team that Mourinho had at Chelsea the first time around was a fantastic team, playing the same tactics he plays now, but with Frank Lampard, John Terry, Makelele. If you said to Mourinho, would you rather have Frank Lampard in your team or a Paul Pogba? Now, people say that Pogba's got more talent, but you take Lampard every time because he does more for the team, he scores goals, he creates goals, he does his shifts, and I don't think Pogba does that.
Hello, welcome to Extra Time. It's a very special Extra Time. Craig's celebrating his 52nd birthday today, and with it, a lovely cake. And Alexis is here.
I came in. I'm the official cake giver.
You just show up whenever there's cake.
You know that's a fact. But whenever it's Craig's birthday, I'll show up too.
It's gravitating towards you.
I'm going to cut a slice out of it.
Oh, yeah.
But I decided not.
No one needs to see that.
He's already got blue tongue. He's been nipping at it.
Oh, no. Craig, how are you going to celebrate your birthday? Asks the first tweet.
I don't.
Why not?
Don't bother now.
What do you celebrate, Craig?
The end of the work day when he's away from us.
I celebrate birthdays. They're for kids.
Oh. But I'm sure Mrs. Burley would have got you something as a... No?
Silly. I told her no. I told her no.
No?
Because I'd have to get something back.
Oh, dear.
So it's reciprocated.
How long have you been with Mrs. Burley, Craig? Remind us.
Well, I'm not 52, for starters. 47. 32 years.
Oh,
Wow.
Bless her.
Here.
Bless her.
Wow.
If anybody deserves something for her birthday, it's Mrs. Burley.
I deserve a
She
medal.
deserves a cake.
She's a hero.
She deserves a cake.
What do you guys think
Not been
about
married
Idris
32
Elba's presentation at the FIFA? I didn't see it. Did you see it, Alexis?
No, I didn't get to see it.
How about you like some? You like some
But
hygiene?
listen, anything Idris Elba does, I approve.
He's an actor, yeah?
Yeah, he's the actor. Shaka, the only other tall, dark, and handsome man in the world besides Shaka Hislop is Idris Elba.
Whoa. I don't know how I
He's
got
supposed to be the
involved in
next
this.
James
Why are you
Bond.
shouting at me?
Because
We're
he gets
supposed to
me
be on a par in
excited.
this.
He's supposed to be the next James Bond.
Really?
You said he's not, though. You said he's not.
Yeah, he said he's not.
I thought you didn't know.
Idris Elba.
I thought you didn't know. I thought you didn't know anything about this guy.
I don't know anything.
It's only because Shaka auditioned for the role himself.
I don't know.
Idris Elba. If I had my phone, I'd pull up a picture of him.
Who wants to be Bond anyway?
It wants to be what?
Bond.
Who wouldn't want to be, right?
It's a lot of hassle, isn't it?
No, but I mean,
Get in the way of the golf.
I don't know. The films are boring because the same thing happens every time.
Pretty much the same things happen in most films.
No, it doesn't.
What's your favourite film?
Wrong.
You got some films you don't know what. There's drama at the end. You don't know what's going to happen. You know what happens in Bond films.
Well, you know what's in most of those sort of genres, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
He's almost going to die, and then he doesn't die and saves the day.
And there's always a beautiful female involved.
Yep. There's gadgets. Did you never like the Bond
Cool
films?
cars.
I've watched a few. I don't think they're great.
Right.
Much better films.
Like?
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh.
Oh, deep movies there for
Road to
Craig.
Perdition.
I'll watch that one.
Tom Hanks.
I will now.
I'm going to watch that because have you seen that?
Yes. Yes, sir.
It's a very good, and you don't know what's going to happen at the end.
But Bond, you do.
It's right up your street, Bond, because you're not the brightest.
Oh.
So you can't work it out, can you?
So, happy birthday, Craig.
You don't like a whodunit.
Never change.
Is Sarri's Chelsea better off without Kante? Hard to believe, but with Jorginho in holding midfield, seems they need a more offensive midfielder instead of Kante.
Or maybe a proper defensive midfielder when they play a better team, rather than somebody that can just pass the ball. So we'll find out.
I think we've proven that Kante is perhaps the best or among the best defensive midfielders in the world. And yet the choice is not him to play in that position. He should play there. The other guy, whoever that person is, should be the one moving around. Not the guy who's at the very top of his game in that very position.
What's happened to your fantasy team? Did you
my
win Champions League? Have you won any games yet?
I've not won anything because I had to face Raf twice. And then I said, don't worry, Raf, I'm coming for you because I captain Eden Hazard. And, well, we all know how that wonderful game went.
Oh, no. So
and Raf had Eden Hazard as well.
So Raf has beaten you twice?
Yes.
Then what about the third game?
The third game?
You must have had a Champions League and 2 Premier League.
I think I lost the first week, too. I've just been losing. I'm just...
I saw you won that weekend. Yeah?
I beat the production. I beat the ESPN FC production
Well,
team.
if I'm not bright, then that... another level.
I'm not going to name them, but this production team is actually an individual,
Right.
as we all know.
Yeah.
Well, can we name them then?
No. Don't give him the...
Oh, yeah. Well,
I beat Ali, by the way.
Because Ali did the thing.
Ali captained Lukaku.
I captain Lukaku.
I've had Lukaku
No,
as well
he's my
since day
favourite
one.
one.
Lukaku!
I've not looked,
Right.
but how did he get on?
He lost to Shaka Hislop.
How many points did he get this week, Nickel?
About 90.
We were discussing it yesterday, and I said, who's your captain? He went Sergio Ramos.
Oh, that's a champion.
Well, yes.
So,
Well, my captain was Cristiano Ronaldo. We know how that went.
Oh, no. Did you get minus points for the old...
I did. I got 53 points, I believe, and Raf had about 177.
right, so Stevie got 90
That
points
was
against you, but lost. Not too bad. Have we worked out yet who's actually filling his team in?
I have no idea.
It's not
He's getting some help from the bullpen.
Oh, yeah?
He's actually getting help from the production team.
Well,
We are not very... No.
So they have 2 horses in that race.
Final question is for you, Shaq. I know you're a hammer for life, but what's going on at Newcastle? Oh no.
It's coming apart. You see that? It's been coming apart as it seems to be the last couple of years.
Exactly.
But nothing's going to change, is it?
No, it's not.
As long as Mike Ashley's in charge.
That's right. Until Ashley sells, and you don't see that happening anytime soon. That's a moving target. So you just have to kind of grin and bear with it.
It's like we're the same brain.
Okay.
Oh, I feel I'm in the...
Maybe it's a West Indian thing. Who knows?
Aren't you going to the Caribbean for 3 years or something?
No, I am going to work
Oh, here we go. One of those again.
a month
One of those
when
again.
When are you going?
on Friday.
Where are you going?
Barbados. It's tough work. It's cricket. It's long hours in the sun. And then I go home for a week because I have to renew my passport because I need a visa to walk down the road.
So you're good. You know.
Hey, even by your standards, Shaq,
It's just,
you have loose standards when it comes to time
how
off.
do you sign up for
The
that?
tournament is 3 weeks, Shaka,
And then you're going to...
on ESPN in the Caribbean.
Hey, we could have done the show from there.
Yeah.
Well, come on, guys.
There you are.
I have a suite. I asked him for the Shaka Hislop upgrade because I was like,
You see how I get thrown
I was like,
under...
you know me, I'm friends
I'm
with
going to
Shaka
be here,
Hislop.
right? I get thrown under some kind of bus.
I'm friends. To be fair, everyone.
You want to be part of that buzz, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on the bus.
There's
Bus
your
hits
sweet.
me.
That's your sweet, isn't it?
There you go.
There you go.
Sure, Craig, show us your tongue.
Who asked for the design for that? It's
Same
very
thing.
last minute.
It's
very
fun.
thrown together.
It's almost like we forgot, oh, what are we going to
Look,
do?
Someone's made this cake. Let's put Craig's name on it.
I've got a feeling there's not a lot of thought going into this.
We asked for Scotland blue.
I think the person that
They didn't
designed
get it.
this was the person that designed our old studio.
That is it then.
With that
ESPN
stupid
FC.
couch. That's now been halved in 2 and has been used by the Serie Awesome podcast.
There we go. We'll be back.
Recycled couch.
Somehow made it all the way there.
We'll be back tomorrow.
So happy birthday, Craig.
Happy birthday.
Send him your birthday wishes. He loves to hear from you.
Yeah, please.
yes,
And
yes.
I'll be taking questions later on. Not.
Ask CB. Hashtag.
Hashtag ask, yeah, him.